You said in the press briefing earlier that you actually had some run-ins with people being a little bit angry at the road closures. Can you go into detail on exactly what kind of happened there, what the scuffles were? Were there any arrests, anything like that?
Sure. So certainly there was no arrests, but what we're experiencing is not dissimilar from what we experienced in October of 2017. Once an evacuation takes place, people leave that area, and we appreciate that they leave because it's the right thing to do for safety. But after a day or two, they get a sense of, hey, maybe it's not that bad. I want to get back to my house and check on it. And there's a certain level of anxiety that tends to build up in people where they feel they need to get back to their home. As we heard tonight during the briefing, this fire is very unpredictable. We had an event that happened this afternoon where it sounds like someone may have gotten hurt. They're investigating that. The winds for this weekend are very unpredictable. So it'd really be foolish on our part to allow people back into an evacuated area only to have to turn around a matter of hours later and then re-evacuate them. So I really want people to know that we take evacuations very seriously. We're not doing it carelessly. It's not something that we take lightly at all. When we give an evacuation order, it's for a reason, and we're constantly monitoring the situation. As soon as we can get people back in that area, we will, and we understand that anxiety.
The Sonoma County Sheriffs have recently started using what's called, is it low-high or high-low sirens?
High-low siren, yeah.
How effective has that been in actually having citizens hear that and realize that it's time to evacuate?
Sure, that's a great question. So we have not, I would say we have not fully evaluated how the high-low siren is working. This is the first time during an emergency that we've used it. However, I can give you a brief history on why we did that. In October of 2017, we were very reliant on electricity and technology to do our alerts. So when we lost power, when we lost cell phone towers, we were not able to send out those alerts to the public, and there was a lot of criticism about that. And so we, along with all the other different public safety agencies out there, learned we got to adapt. So we went back to something a little bit more old-fashioned, something that doesn't require technology, that doesn't require electricity. We put these high-low sirens, which is kind of the European-style siren sound. We equip those in all 130 of our patrol cars. So it gives us the ability to have 130 different sirens that we can deploy to an area or a neighborhood. And when we turn those sirens on, really what it is, it's an indicator for the people who live in that area to be alert. Hopefully they should be asking themselves, what's that funny siren I'm hearing? What's going on? Maybe they'll tune to their news or radio on TV or radio, or maybe they'll be able to check their cell phone if they have service. And through our public information campaign, we've been working really hard to let the public know. If you hear that high-low siren, there's only one reason. The sheriff's office is there, and they're warning us that something is going on.
Do you know how many officers total from the Sonoma County Sheriffs and from CHP are actively on this fire, making sure that looting does not occur and that the roads stay closed?
Yes. So during the daytime, we have about 50 law enforcement officers, and that's a combination of sheriff's office staff and California Highway Patrol. During the nighttime period, we cut back a little bit, so we're at 26 people at nighttime. Now, it sounds like that's not a lot of people, but remember, we're concentrating these 50 people during the daytime and 26 people at night into the very tiny community of Geyserville. So you probably can't go more than a block or two in the town of Geyserville right now without seeing a patrol car and seeing the sheriff's office or the highway patrol there.
During the briefing, there was a NICSO alert that there's going to be more public safety power shutoffs in Napa and Sonoma County. So will the officers be a little stretched thin in terms of trying to keep the peace because of the planned power shutoff possibly happening tomorrow morning, late into tomorrow afternoon?
Well, that's also a good question. When we get these power safety or public safety power shutoffs, we all do that, right? When we get these warnings, we do a lot of things behind the scenes. One of them is we upstaff. So we have about 230 deputies that work at the sheriff's office. We bring in those deputies, we reschedule them to use their time more efficiently for emergency. We also reach out to our law enforcement partners in the region. We have California Mutual Aid. So we are able to reach out to other Bay Area cities, Bay Area counties, and bolster our efforts if something were to go on. But just for the day-to-day, kind of an alert level that we bring up, we bring in extra staff, they're on patrol, we're ready to respond, and at a moment's notice we can pull out our contingency plan and bring in staff from outside the area.